كويسة. ये नहीं भेजे सर।
वहाँ उनके डीजीज मौजूद है?
यस, वो मैसेज आ रहा है।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम अज़हर साहब, कैसे हैं आप?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। Who's there?
I'm Salman Hassan from PACB.
MashaAllah, Salman साहब, welcome to the webinar. भले गजल साहब को इधर या उधर बैठा, if he feels comfortable. जी सर, सलमान साहब क्या हाल है? खैरियत है? टी टेप से कौन दोस्त हैं? हेलो टीटीएपी। रोहेल,
Hello.
हाँ,
Assalamualaikum, sir. This is
अस्सलामुअलैकुम।
I got invited by by Rohil and his team actually.
हाँ हाँ, आपका तारुफ सर?
Sir, my name is Suhaib Irfan and I owe 3 or 4 different digital and IT transformation organizations in UAE in Pakistan.
Mashallah, mashallah. Suhaib साहब, so you are joining us from Dubai?
Ji sir, I'm based out of Dubai.
Great sir, great. Let me introduce myself. मैं Azhar Ali Dahar, Minister Trade and Investment for Gulf region. I'm based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and I'm actually facilitating this kind of a webinar with Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. Right now from Saudi Arabia, I have got some good companies and 3 representatives. They are sitting in my office. One is Representative Dr. Imran Sahab. He's from Telenor. Another Azimi Technologies, held by Awais Sahab. And, you know, his office is also in Lahore. And the third one is Muhammad Ghazali. He is very, very tech, I believe. He will introduce, inshallah, shortly. So I'm actually in the process of introducing these big giants. These are the good companies of Pakistani. They are since many years working in Middle East market, and they are going to give you the potential of IT, digital market, and in artificial intelligence in the Saudi Arabia, because the Saudi Arabia has been working on Saudi Vision 2030. According to that, this kingdom is in the process of developing the economy from petro to knowledge economy.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, I am Ruhail Nazir, Assistant Director.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
IT Services from Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. और सर अब्दुल करीम मेमन साहब ने भी पार्टिसिपेट करना था, लेकिन उनको अभी सेक्रेटरी कॉमर्स की एक मीटिंग में जाना पड़ रहा है, तो लेटर ऑन ज्वाइन कर लेंगे. सर विद योर परमिशन सर हम शुरू करें सर, फॉर्मली इनॉग्रेट करें सर.
प्लीज बिस्मिल्लाह करें.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, first of all, I would like to welcome all of you that on such a short notice, you have spared some time from your precious time. In fact, this webinar is being organized in collaboration with PSEC, Pasha, and Minister Trade and Investment, Sir Azhar Ali Dahar, and Dr. Adim Khan Saab, Trade and Investment Counselor of United Arab Emirates. Sir, this webinar, the principal idea behind organizing this webinar is to arrange a B2B meeting between the Pakistani IT companies and the IT companies of the Middle East, particularly Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. And to facilitate their B2B in fact, we want to organize this meeting to compensate some loss which we have incurred by not participating in GITEX. We have received 5 applications from different IT companies in Pakistan for GITEX, but unfortunately, United Arab Emirates authorities had imposed ban on visa issuance to Pakistani people. Therefore, at the last moment, at 11th hour, we have to withdraw from it. So, let me share with you the program of the webinar. This I request you all that this webinar may be kept open-ended, loose format, more of an interactive session in which queries and questions would be encouraged. And first of all, I would like to invite Sir Azhar Ali Dahar, Minister Trade and Investment Riyadh, for their opening remarks. And I request you to share some insights of IT market in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sir, please.
वो मैंने बता रहे हैं कि मैं कोई और काम दे देता हूँ
may I please request if other people can mute and one person can speak so that we can understand it better.
Sure.
Thank you. This is Talha from Pasha, by the way.
Yes, it's done, sir. दहर साहब को म्यूट करें.
Okay. Thank you, Rohel. Assalamu alaikum, all the ladies and gentlemen, if there are ladies. I'm Azhar Ali Dahar. I'm joining you from Riyadh, Saudi Arab Embassy. On behalf of Trade Mission Saudi Arabia and Trade Development Authority of Pakistan, I welcome you, and I am very glad to be the part of this webinar. We are actually working on information technology and the digital economy in the Saudi Arabia. Fortunately, I have met lots of the IT companies, those who are working in the Saudi Arab Riyadh, and these are the big companies, those who are working independently and also in collaboration with the Saudi counterparts. You know well that Saudi Arabia has announced Vision 2030, and according to that vision, the kingdom is in the process of shifting the economy from the petro to the knowledge economy. Under that vision, there are lots of the investment which are promised, and they are going to digitize lots of their infrastructure and many new avenues from cyber to like gaming to artificial intelligence and things which are being announced. And we believe that Pakistani entrepreneurs can get a good share from this market. Unfortunately, traditionally, the focus has been on the Europe and the US and the Canada market, and many entrepreneurs IT, they did not give due attention to the Saudi market, though we believe that the huge potential lies over here. Fortunately, I have got 3 big companies who are with me right now. One is the Azimi Technologies that is based in Lahore, and Awais Saab is there, and their technical side, Mr. Zohaib is making a presentation to highlight what are the potential exist in the Saudi Arabia. Then we have got Dr. Imran from the Telenor, and last but not least is the Dr. Muhammad Ghazali. He owns his own company. He is working here with the Saudi company. So in order to make presentation and give you highlights that what exists in the Saudi Arab market, if Rohel permits me, so that I could ask my friends in mission to start their presentation, or do you want to make a presentation on Pasha first from your side so that it could be convenient for you? Whatever the case, you just tell me.
Sir, first in the program, we have allotted a slot to Pasha. I request Mr. Talha bin Afzal to give an overall picture of the IT potential of Pakistan industry.
Please proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. This is Talha from Pakistan Software Houses Association. If you allow, let me please share my screen.
Sir, you are already a co-host.
Yeah, just started it. So please let me know when you can see the screen.
We can see it. We can see it.
Great. So let me walk you through some of the macro numbers of Pakistan's IT economy as well as the IT industry. And I believe some of the people are here from the UAE and Saudi Arabian tech companies. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So just a quick snapshot of what are the numbers like in Pakistan. The total population is around 220 million, which is equal to the accumulated number of Japan and Germany. And the stats are very interesting in a way that we have a huge chunk of a huge number which is youth and which is below 35 years of age, and the huge population that can speak English, HEC recognized, which is the Higher Education Commission recognized universities in Pakistan. And more than 700,000 students graduate each year, out of which around 23,000 are the IT plus English graduates. We have 165 million cell phone users, and that's increasing at a very faster pace. Just so you know, recently our IT minister had tested that 5G call at a conference in Islamabad. So we are already there. The technology and the infrastructure is there that we can utilize to take our IT and the cutting edge technologies to the next level. And the broadband users and the smartphone users are ever increasing. And that's the very reason why e-commerce in Pakistan is booming. Moving on to the next slide, let me tell you how in the IT industries, how is evolving. We try to keep this a conservative number of $3 billion, which is the exports. I'm sorry, Omar, if you can please mute your mic. Thank you. So it's a $3 billion industry. We try to keep it a conservative number because there hasn't been a report so far. The reported numbers are around 1.4 billion, which is according to the State Bank of Pakistan. But the pace at which it is increasing is always in two figures. So recently we had like 24% year-on-year increase in exports, and there are numerous investors which are now looking towards Pakistan as a destination for next investments. It has been said a lot of times now at a lot of conferences, and people who were investing in Indonesia around 5 years ago are now looking towards Pakistan as a next destination for investments. So we were thinking that e-commerce reached to $1 billion in 2020, but in 2020 we have the market size of e-commerce is around now 1.5 billion to $2 billion, and this is how and it could be a blessing in disguise that during COVID, our traditional businesses had a chance to transform themselves and adopt the e-commerce. Just again, the quick snapshot: what are the kind of services that the Pakistan's IT industry look at? And of course, the software development is still there, the higher chunk, but we also do other, we also cater other cutting edge fourth industrial revolution technologies, which also of course includes IoT, a lot of R&D is going there, and a lot of companies are working in that space as well. I think I'll jump. This is the slide I just added while Mr. Azhar was speaking. This is from 2018, by the way, and this is the state bank numbers. So if you see that, yes, USA was and other countries, European countries, were our export destinations before this as well. But UAE, do you see UAE is still there, and we have that some chunk of the some half percentage of the pie that we are getting out of all the exports, and this is increasing over time. And this is the same case with the other Asian Pacific countries that we're trying to engage, so that we can, so that the Pakistani IT industry and players can look and tap that market as well. According to AD Kearney in 2017, Pakistan was ranked as one of the top IT destinations. So if you can see that Pakistan is already emerging on the globe as an IT hub and destination. Let me quickly tell you about the success stories that we have in Pakistan. Some really interesting, good companies. Affinity, it's a behavioral pairing for the call centers, and they connect the call center agent using the AI with the customer with the right call center agent, and this is how it's evolving. All of their backend development was done in Pakistan, and it's one of the fastest growing companies in Pakistan. NetSol, Infotech are there for the longest time that we know. Really good products from these companies, and NetSol is also enlisted on NASDAQ and Pakistan Stock Exchange. TPS, one of the biggest digital payments companies, and I think they're in UAE for the longest time that we know, along with the Avenza, of course, and Systems Limited, which was one of the biggest companies, already also registered on Pakistan Stock Exchange, and just got named in the Forbes Asia's 200 best under $1 billion. TRG again, based out of US as well, but they have a presence in Pakistan, huge presence in Pakistan, and they're also increasing. So let me just jump right down to the right bottom and tell you about Quickfill and Condor. Very interesting companies. Quickfill, they recently got acquired by Epic Games, and that was because their assets were so good, were so nice, it had such good quality that Epic Games had to acquire this company so that they can utilize so that they can make those assets available for free in their engine. And now they're one of the representatives of Epic Games in Pakistan. Contour, a subsidiary of a Constellation Software, which is Canada's one of the biggest companies, and it's growing rapidly. It's one of the fastest growing companies in Pakistan, already touching 1,000 employees right now, as we speak, I think. So just touching upon few other success stories. Convo, of course, is an enterprise communication which was used, I think, at some point at MSNBC as well. They had the testimonial they gave was that during the elections of probably, I think, 2014, 2015, they had a seamless. It was impossible for them without Convo. And Knowledge Platform, one of the fastest growing edtech company. Zameen.com, and then there is Grana and every other player which is jumping into the real estate space is there. Zameen has had also been able to acquire quite a lot of funding as well. So this is very interesting in terms of real estate development. And of course, then there are other companies. Tenpers is a digital transformation company, and Cheetah is an e-commerce company. It's a whole mix that we are expanding into all the verticals which are there. Just giving you a quick snapshot of the international clients that our companies have. Of course, they're from UAE as well, and as Mr. Azhar rightly pointed out, that we have not been able to get to tap the Saudi Arabian market, and I think this is the right time when they have transformed their policies, and Pakistan being the growing IT destination or outsourcing destination can tap that market. Again, telling you about the international companies which are already in Pakistan. And they have their really good presence and increasing, in fact, over time. And jumping into the active investors, because recently Pakistan has been seen as one of, as I said earlier, as the very interesting destination for investments. And just in the last 4 years, the whole landscape has transformed. This year, we had around like $46.2 million investments during the COVID times. And last year, it was slightly lesser than this, which was $45.6 million. And the times are very interesting right now in terms of investors coming into Pakistan. I'll just take two to three minutes, and then I'll wrap this up. The acquisitions which happened and which have been the reason that Pakistan's e-commerce and the digital payments was able to transform at a rapid pace. For example, Alibaba, which is China's biggest e-commerce B2B and B2C, both they acquired Daraz, and now you can see Daraz again leading as one of the super merchant for connecting the and providing the B2C e-commerce panel. Similarly, Airlift, Cheetah, Airlift was the mass commute, and now I think they have got a couple of fundings in 2019 and 2020 as well. I'll show that on the next screen. Cheetah was able to acquire that Series A funding, which was interesting in a way that they were also involved in the logistics part, but then they did the food delivery and last mile delivery along with the grocery that started during the COVID times. And Baikia, again, the last mile delivery along with the economical rise and everything. But one thing which is very interesting is the Ant Financial's investment into EasyPasa and acquiring an equity in it. That's because the digital payments will really actually transform everything in Pakistan, because the e-commerce industry will have to move away from cash, has to get reported. Because right now we don't have a lot of reported figures. The reported figures are very less because of the undocumented economy, and because of the M-wallets, mobile wallets, it is going to be possible. the digital payments are going to transform how the economy is going to be reported, and the numbers will, and more numbers will be available. Of course, the population of 220 million has that potential to show that we are one of the leading countries where all the commerce can skyrocket. And this is the 2020 numbers. So Baikia again got another funding, Airlift got another funding, and just during the COVID times, this online medical and medicines, and then health related and other e-commerce players were able to raise their funding. So this is how I was talking. What I was talking about, that e-commerce is actually transforming, and the digital payments is going to play a very, very important role in this. And thanks to state banks, now they're looking towards how they can facilitate industry to act at the policy level, that they can adopt these changes, and maybe the digital payments can actually help. So this was it from my end. Thank you very much, everyone. If there are any questions, please let me know. Maybe if the time allows and the host allows, maybe we can take it offline as well. Thank you.
If anybody has any question, he or she can ask right now, because we want to make it an interactive session. No question? Thank you. Thank you so much, Talha, for sharing such a bright picture of IT industry.
Sure.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Salman Hassan, Director International Marketing, Pakistan Software Export Board. Please, sir, please share some insights over and share some insights over the policies which PSAP is formulating to facilitate the IT exports of Pakistan, because many of the functions that TDAP is interested to do is common with PSAP. So, Sir Salman Hassan.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. I'm Salman Hassan, Director International Marketing, and it's a great opportunity as I just got an invitation at a very last minute. So I put up a very small presentation, and some of the things have already been covered by Talha, but I'll be adding some government incentives and facilities to that. So quickly jumping to the presentation, if I start with that global picture, it's around $5.2 trillion industry. And currently, as per State Bank figure, we are getting around 123 million we got last year. If you look on the left side of the screen, you can see that we have 57%. These are the latest 2019 and 2020 figures. USA is our biggest customer. We are giving around 57.58% of our exports to USA. Then comes the UAE, which is around 8.85%, and Saudi is around 1.26% of our total exports. So we are covering around 10% of our exports from this region. So we are very much interested to work in this region. And this is the top 20 export destination with their share. So if you see, we have UAE, we have Saudi, we have Qatar over here, we have Bahrain over here. So we are getting around a good percentage of our exports from this Gulf region, and we are very much interested to increase this number because we see a lot of potential over here where Pakistan can increase their exports to this region. And with the help of the consulates and missions over there, I think we'll be able to achieve more productive goal this coming year. So this is a graph. Some of these figures have already been shared by Talha, so I won't be covering about number of IT professionals and all these things. But few things which I would like to highlight. Last year, we have closed the year with 23.7% in remittance growth. So the estimates and figure that what is the actual industry size is different. We do discuss these things at a lot of events. There are different models, which is BPM5, BPM6. There are Gartner studies about it. So I won't go into that detail. We talk about whatever comes through State Bank. So last year we closed at 123.1 billion. And this first quarter of this year, we had an increase of 44% on the comparing to the last year. So we are hopeful that we should be able to close this year somewhere around $2 billion in our export remittances. We are exporting to 100 plus countries. We are fifth most financially attractive country as per AT Kearney. Third most popular for freelancing as per Oxford. We have 300 plus international companies. Some of the names Salah has shared. We have Bentley, we have Mentor Graphics, VMware, Teradata, we have Sequelum over here. So a long list of companies are here. Google has already opened up their presence in Pakistan. So there is a lot of international companies looking at Pakistan. So he has talked about the number, but I will just share that we have currently 6 international cables, which are providing bandwidth. We have 4 mobile operators, and currently we are operating from 14 technology parks. This is something which we are coming up with. So these are the new markets we are working on. And as you see, we'll be working in Central Asia, we are working towards Africa, and we'll be definitely working it towards Gulf region. So these numbers, again, third largest English-speaking country in the world, 300 international companies. So all these numbers states in our favor. Our company's portfolio, we do almost 360 degree of IT technology and services. And you can see some of these is mentioned here. Whatever domain we talk about, our companies are working in those domains. Our companies have their international presences. They have offices in Europe, in Middle East, in Gulf, in everywhere. So whatever technology or service anyone is looking for, our companies are capable of that, and they'll be able to provide that kind of service at an international quality and standard that we can commit that yes, we have good companies. So these are some of the technology frameworks. So I won't go into much into the details because I see a lot of people are already working in the tech domain. So whatever is happening in the world in the latest technology, Pakistan is there. We're working on them. So there are some programs which government has defined, and we are providing services and facilities to our IT industry or international IT companies who are looking towards Pakistan to open up their back office, to open up their development center and all these things. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, 14 technology parks currently operational. We have recently got an approval for establishment of software technology zone, export processing zone for tech industry. We are currently working in Islamabad on a purpose-built campus of 14 acre for a development of technology park in Islamabad. We have similar project coming up in Karachi, and we are lining up another one in Islamabad. So PSCB is helping companies.
आई बैन से कर लो कोई बात कितने पैसे लगे हैं इसके जो रेगुलर ट्रांसफर फी है पाकिस्तान के अंदर ही है ना ये अकाउंट इसका कितना मेरे ख्याल ये 80 रुपए लगते हैं एक्सक्यूज मी पूरी अमाउंट के और 333 से कब लिखूं नंबर
Tala, if you can somehow unmute this person. Okay. So domestic, we facilitate companies domestically in dealing with their matters with tax authorities, with government authorities. We help and facilitate companies with their matters related to different registrations, their company incorporation, and we do facilitate companies in providing them the visa support letters if they require. PSCB focus is also on industry's capacity building. So we run different programs. There are certain programs which are focused towards development of companies' capacity, and there are a few programs which are developed towards enhancing the capacity of the individuals. So we do provide trainings, we do facilitate and subsidize trainings which are not available in Pakistan. We do help and facilitate and subsidize companies in gaining international certification like CMMI, ISO 27001, 20000, and name it, and there are a lot of other programs. The core area of PSCB is providing the marketing support. So we have different programs in this. We do arrange and participate in international exhibitions like TDAP is doing. We take companies to around 8 to 10 events internationally every year by subsidizing them heavily. We facilitate companies by inviting business delegates from different countries. Last year, we have accommodated around 8 international delegations where business people came over here and they have started working with that. We are promoting companies with taking delegations abroad. We are doing social media, developing of content, and all these, whatever mix comes in the marketing mix, PSCBs, one another, they are providing their services and facilitating and supporting the industry. We are coming up with a new project that will be a portal which will be with BI and AI and will be facilitating our commercial counselors, our trade ministers, and everyone available across the globe, that they'll be able to find the companies with their skill set, with their technology, with the people, and they'll be able to find the customer without even interacting with the companies or with PSEB. So they'll be having all this information readily available with them on the website. So we do industry advocacy, we do help and facilitate government and industry as a bridge in policy making, giving them the feedbacks and all these things. So all the mix related to the industry requirements and what industry needs, we do that. So this is something for those who are looking at Pakistan as an IT destination where they want to bring up or come up for their outsourcing services, to open up their offices, or whatever means they wanted to come. So currently there is no tax on IT exports, so which is going to continue till tax holiday till 2025. There is a tax holiday for VC also till 2024. And the one incentive which is not given anywhere in the region is the repatriation and equity allowance 100% to foreign investors. So if you are a foreign investor, you own a company over there, you can own your own company in Pakistan, you can repatriate your profits, even investments at certain point if you feel like that you're not going to continue your business. So this is only available in Pakistan, in the whole region, where you can own a company being a foreigner, or you can invest in a company over here without having to worry about things. So these are some of the areas where you can look at it, where you can invest. Technology incubations, as Tala has already touched, a lot of startup and other things. So you can see the company acquisition and mergers are available. You can develop your own call center, or you can invest or give your call center business to Pakistan, the billing center, software development. So all these investment opportunities are available in the IT sector, where companies can come and they can invest. Some success stories, I won't go into the details, but as Tala has already mentioned, so I will just skip these. So recently we have opened up a software technology park in Gilgit. And these are some images from there. So you can see it's a very scenic building, and we have providing facilities over there. This is a new building which we are coming up with. It's in Islamabad as a Fazal Industrial Technology Park. It used to be an industry which is converted into a technology park, and companies are operating from there. So I think that's mainly it from my side. And if you have any questions, I'll be available, because I'll be begging leave after this presentation. I have another presentation to make. So I hope if you have any question, please let me know right now, or you can share via TDAP or consulate with me, and I'll be available.
I have a question. Excuse me, I have a question.
Sure, please.
My name is Zuhaib Zia. I'm Middle East Sales Head from Azimi Technology, Saudi Arabia. I saw the slides you have shown me. There is no industry you mentioned about insurance sector or hospital information system. So why Pakistan is not focusing on this area? Because in Saudi...
As I mentioned, that we are working in the 360 degree of IT industry. So there are some of the things which I could put on. It's not that we are not working in this area. It's certainly not. If you want, I can name a company who's doing that. For insurance, they're providing the back office insurance support to a lot of companies in US. But as I cannot cover everything, so I have to pick and choose few things.
No problem, no problem.
So if you're interested, I can connect you with that company.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Any other question from anybody? Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable input. And now I invite Mohammad Ghazali, CEO, Transviti. I would request him to share, to put some light on the opportunities and the challenges in the IT market of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And screen is over to you, sir. Sir, are you there? Mohammad Ghazali, Chief Executive Officer, Transviti. So, I think he is not here. So let's move on to Azimi Technologies.
Excuse me, can you just enable his screen sharing and other things, because he's not able to share the screen and speak. Excuse me.
Can you please allow me to unmute?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sir Ghazali, we have made you co-host. You can unmute yourself.
Now you can hear. Now everybody can hear.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Please.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much from PCB and Talha from Pasha. Unlike definitely this information, whatever we have enjoyed as of now was available, and it is very good opportunity to to listen from PCB especially on the initiative. I've been asked to try and portray the potential of Saudi Arabia in terms of technology growth and technology demand or opportunities from export perspective of Pakistan. So, I mean, there are I gathered few facts about the spending due to, especially more specifically, due to the Vision 2030, as Mr. Azhar also mentioned, but also the vision of National Digitalization Transformation Program, which is very well placed in Saudi Arabia in past 3 years. And that is how, they enable the public involvement into the technology. And that again generates a huge investment from the investment by the government to the technology side. And that infrastructure become a part of the community as an ongoing infrastructure. So just to give you an example, that we are so much dependent on technology in Saudi Arabia in past 3 years that everything and anything related to any individual, they are using technology, interconnected technology between ministries, between health insurance companies, between every government bodies. So just like we have NADRA, they also have their own portal, which is connected to 27 plus more organizations within the country. And for everything, starting from buying a car to buying a house to renting a house to purchasing a location to going for medical tests, everything is integrated through that portal. And that is how it become $1 billion investment across the ministries. A comprehensive ecosystem have been introduced in past 3 years. And that shows the dependency on technology from all over Saudi Arabia. So just to give you a glimpse of National Digital Transformation Program, so it is it is integrated with 27 departments, which allows you to get the appointment in 3 minutes. I'm talking about the public at large. I'm talking about the overall population, which allows you to perform several services on upshare. And these are all government bodies which are now integrated together and giving the services from 3 minutes to 24 hours, which were the services of weeks and months. And this all happened in past two to 3 years. That ultimately comes to a overall ranking of Saudi Arabia from technology space. So Riyadh become the 30th sustainable smart city. Saudi Arabia is top on technology governance amongst G20. ICT is 107 Saudi Riyal, 107 billion ICT market size. 107 billion riyals, you can divide by 3.75 again, you can understand. That is somewhere around $37 billion or $40 billion ICT market. And IT and technical emerging market size is $45.2 billion. This is the overall, and that is the data provided by National Digital Transformation Program about the potential of technology dependency and technology growth in Saudi Arabia. What Pakistan can do, what Pakistan can work. I mean, I'm giving you, I'm sharing this experience with you on the basis of my 24 years association in Middle East specifically, in Middle East all across, and specifically to Saudi Arabia. There are dire shortage and dire needs of long-term, short-term, ad hoc, and captive skill set outsourcing opportunities from Pakistan. Remember two things. Pakistan is 2 hours ahead of Saudi Arabia, so time lapse are very much manageable from Pakistan to Saudi Arabia, and that is what we are enjoying. I myself is running a company having office in Karachi, and for 20 people are working in Riyadh today from my Karachi office. I myself is working for a US company where my 24 other team is working for offshore software development. I see a lot of potential in different type of offshoring, joint venture offshoring, or captive or independent outsourcing opportunities from Pakistan. So we all are sitting with the people who are into the technology domain and very well placed. So I don't need to explain much further, but there are opportunities for long-term project contracts, which can be B2B and B2C also. There are a lot of opportunities for ad hoc resource, short-term basis, long-term basis. Captive skill set is yet another issue, which is an opportunity that you acquire a skill set dedicated for this country, for this client, and you can use it for as long as you want to enjoy that resource. Captive skill set, long-term, and then supervise. There's another opportunity, what we have experienced from our US venture, that there are clients who are looking for supervised captive skill set. So they want a person as of their choice, but they want that person to be supervised on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis by our own team rather than their supervision. These are all the opportunities. I see a lot of opportunities where they need short-term ad hoc resources, which is again an opportunity an organization need to develop a mobile app for their internal or external clients, and they are not well versed that they should go to award the contract to someone, or they want to keep their own resources involved into that development. There comes the short-term ad hoc resource secondments, and that skill set is, I know as I'm working, that skill set is working across Pakistan in various clients of various companies. And there comes the role of PSCB or Pasha to develop a pool kind of resource from all good organizations and then resell those pools to the companies in Saudi Arabia. So the companies in Saudi Arabia need to discuss with one organization, which is PSCB, for their skill set requirement, and that is there should be some arrangement, B2B arrangement between PSCB or any of the authority of PSCB or Pasha to those companies to provide those resources. I see this as a large opportunity. I can sit on a separate discussion on this, and I can explain that what are the pros and cons of this opportunity in totality. Just to give you the last glimpse of my analysis, and this is what I'm exercising. This is not a data which is proposed. So why Pakistan is a potential for offshore development. You have better data than me, but I have realized that because of the cost of resource compared to from Pakistan compared to other part of the world is way lesser, and that again can grow and can grow. And as long as we grow the number of hours, this price can be more competitive. So this is again a benefit which a business is providing to another business and to allow them to compete in the open market. So that is how the opportunity of penetration is available for Pakistan into this market. So for example, if a company is looking to develop an online portal from Pakistan or India with these kind of offshore rates, we can easily penetrate into this market and provide them the opportunity, because at the end of the day, the outcome, the product would remain be the same. Either you get it developed from India or Pakistan, but the price difference of 15 to 20%, that is ultimately provide benefit to the business, and then he can forward that, he can pass on that benefit to the market. That gives a bigger opportunity to penetrate into technology diversification. So with this note, my presentation is finished. I'm really open to discuss anything, or specifically in person or in a parallel discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. If anybody has any question, he or she can ask. Okay. Now I would like to invite Mr. Zuhaib Ziyasa from the Azimi Technologies. I request him to share his thought on the markets, on the IT markets of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sir, please. We have made you co-host. You can unmute yourself. Yeah, we can see it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zuhaib Zia, Middle East head in Azimi Technologies last 7 years. So I'm just going to give you a brief introduction about Azimi Technologies and the potential for Pakistan in IT industry in Saudi Arabia. Okay, yeah, as we are all from Pakistan, so I think we can understand Urdu. So मैं उर्दू में आपको explain करूँगा. हम लोग 17 years से हैं यहाँ पे सऊदीया में, और हम लोग हमारी presence अभी जो है मिडल ईस्ट में है, अफ्रीका में, एशिया में. We are working from strategic IT to operational IT, ठीक है. और हम लोग Oracle के goal part. Yes, I think should continue in English because so these are our global presence. We have offices there. We have reference customers there. Yeah. So these are our partnerships. We are Oracle Gold Partner, Microsoft Gold Partner, Cisco, Symantec, HP, Dell. More than 30 plus partnership we are having from software wise or hardware wise. Yeah. So these are our enterprise services and solution. How we are getting business from here, and how we are helping the companies, starting from enterprise architecture. As I mentioned in my first slide, we are working from strategic IT to operational IT. So the first two bullets are about strategic IT, where we are offering our services like enterprise architecture. There are many unique services in our portfolio where we are helping the companies, as I mentioned about enterprise architecture, IT advisory. Very few companies in Middle East, they are offering. And Alhamdulillah, proud to say we are being a Pakistani company, we are offering these services, and we have many reference customers there. The next is about cloud. Everybody is talking about cloud. Many companies like Oracle, they recently have established their own cloud in Saudi Arabia. Because here are the many restrictions from the SAMA, Saudi Arabian Monitoring Authority. Data cannot be kept out of kingdom. So the Oracle has launched here the clouds. But being a Oracle Gold Partner, Microsoft, and we are also having the local cloud service provider. So we are helping the companies for any kind of backup, DR on cloud, or any kind of application deployment. Then is about data management, our core strength of the company. We are working in Oracle database, Microsoft, and Microsoft SQL, any kind of disaster recovery, replication, security, and any kind of consulting services. And Alhamdulillah, we are having 18 plus customer where we are offering a managed service. We have a development center in Pakistan, Lahore, where our team is sitting, and they're offering this consulting services to the offshore countries. The next is about hardware. As far as hardware is concerned, we are working with the Oracle, HP, Dell, and IBM. Any kind of server storage, any kind of hardware migration, any kind of professional services regarding the hardware we are offering. The next, there are a very unique area which is going to be very hot cake in the coming days about BCM, business continuity, as CMA and SAMA is here, and these people are nowadays aggressively working on security, specifically for FSI, which is coming with banks, insurance, leasing companies. They are asking you must have DR security. So we are also working with the BCM. BCM, we are having expert team with us, and we have many reference customers. Last but not least, about infrastructure. Being a Microsoft Gold partner, VMware, HP, and Dell, we are offering any kind of software or any kind of hardware services. So in Saudi, we are having 300 plus customers. Alhamdulillah, from all vertical, if I say banks and FSI, we're having 65 plus customers. If maybe you notice, I'm keep repeating SAMA and CMA because these two entities are in Saudi Arabia. They are really powerful, especially for FSI sector. They are having specific, rules and regulation that you should have a DR, should have a high ability, rack, security, and so on. So I can easily claim we are expert people who are reporting to SAMA. For such companies who are reporting to SAMA. And we have 65 plus reference customers, let's say 8 to 9 banks, 23 plus insurance companies. This is my question, because our neighbor country, I'm really sad to say, none of single company is using, insurance application from Pakistan. Really sad to say. All of them are using from our neighbor country, and trust me, in Saudi Arabia, there is no local insurance company. Everybody from remote they're offering. So if there is any Pakistani insurance company or leasing company, investment companies who are offering a core application, it will be a great impact on the customer because we have install-based customer, we can introduce them and we can offer them our end-to-end services. The next is about insurance. As I mentioned, out of 28 insurance companies in Saudi Arabia, we are having 23 of our customer, like Bupa, Watniya, Tawni, all the big names. But again, what we are offering them, we are selling them our technology portfolio starting from the databases, hardware, and so on. But the main thing, the core application, which is missing. But again, in our country, I don't know if we have any strong insurance companies who is offering a software, and we can easily introduce them because a big potential. I can easily say, although they are buying application from neighbor country, and trust me, they're not happy. But again, there is no other option. So they have to use the insurance company from our neighbor country. The next is about healthcare. Healthcare is again is a big market here, like HIS application. Again, really sorry to say, we've been trying to connect with I think Shokat Khanam team for HIS, and sorry to say, we've been informed that the process of getting a contract with any other company is really tough. Because we've been trying to connect with them and introduce them here, because in Saudi we are having 12 plus hospitals as a customer, and all of them are looking HIS application, because again, in Saudi there is no local company who is offering HIS solution. Any question? Okay, so the next is about airline and transportation. We are having some reference customers from airline like Saudi Airline, Flyna, and so on, and NAS Airline. It's really important. Like we have other customer reference. So now there are some certain companies where we are having a managed service. And if you remember, I just saying we have office in Lahore, Pakistan, where our team is sitting, and they are offering consulting services. So the most of big customer like Flynas, the second largest airline of Saudi Arabia, from 5 years, we are managing their whole application, ERP business suite, and the database side. And other big customers like Saab Bank, we have SLA, Araji Takaful, and so on and so on. So next is about oil and defense. We have some reference customers from this vertical, telecom, you can say STC, Mobile, MRD, all the big names are there. Yeah. So now what we can do for Pakistan, for IT companies, luckily with me, our VP is here. So I will ask him to introduce here with some points, how we can add some more value.
First of all, really appreciate and thank you for arranging this session to support Pakistan company. I will not take much longer time for you. Just to brief you how Azimi can help the Pakistan IT companies in Saudi. As Zohaib mentioned, that we are in Saudi from last 17 years and large customer base of 400 plus customer in every industry vertical in every region. Okay, that's a high level bullets because we have a local team in Saudi, in major cities, okay? So any company, any Pakistani company already have done some research or they need our assistance when any business vertical solution they have, okay? We can fully support them because we are already working in many trade mission. We are promoting foreign companies, so why not to promote Pakistani companies? So this is all offering from Azimi to any company in Pakistan. They want to visit Saudi Arabia, they want to do business. We can provide all the support because we have a large customer base and also active customer. So you're more than welcome if you need any assistance from Azimi in the area which they have mentioned. Like a strong area, we are working in the financial market, like insurance, banking, healthcare, retail, and insurance, and also the retail and e-commerce. That is the area we're working. So any question, please feel free. Rather than explaining more, I like to hear more questions from the Pasha or from the participant. If you have any question, what kind of collaboration or challenge, please share your challenge. What challenge you faced in the past one, and what you're looking for from Azimi. How can we collaborate? That's my question, please.
Floor is open.
Thank you very much, Zohaib Sab. I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
My name is Awais Haider Ali. I'm the Vice President.
Awais Sab, thank you very much. A very interesting presentation, very good insights. I think I will need to connect with you offline as well to share some knowledge and see how, and then we can share the list of the companies which are interested in different verticals, and maybe they can connect with you and the trade mission as well to tap the market there. Is that possible? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure. You're more than welcome. And the good thing, as we have mentioned, we have a presence in Pakistan. We have a 70+ customer clientele in Pakistan also, like Warid, Wateen, Mobiling, all our big names are customer, because we are more focused, as we are not just like a big four, like EY, KPMG, Deloitte. So we have a kind of big four company. Okay. So we have a kind of operational IT and strategic IT. So we are a unique model, I think, many continents, because we are operating in 6 continents of the world. Right now, 450 customers. So we are having in the combination we have a relationship with the CEOs. We don't work only the IT technology, also with the business, like CEO, COO. Okay, so that's a value proposition that we are having, that kind of C-level relationship. You just tell us what your value proposition. As we have mentioned, there are a lot of the gap or white space in Saudi market. Only thing, being honest, my 22-year experience in IT industry, especially in 40 years in Middle East, the challenge is on ground, and quality loss is ownership. For Azimi, taking you inside a customer, getting a sale or make a PO is not a challenge. Being honest with you, we are so strong here. Main thing is challenge the delivery, and we can fully support any company who have a quality delivery. The main thing is ownership, because we have a legal entity. Okay, we can get the project for you. But main challenge that I like to hear from you, that have you ever tried Saudi Arabia? If not, what you believe, what the value proposition you have? Because Azimi has started from Medina Munawwara, from Medina to whole horizon all over the world. We have US, Kenya, Australia, everywhere. So we have that experience. We can share our global expansion experience with you also, not just Saudi actually. Okay, you can collaborate with us. We can fully support you. Let's make a test case in Saudi, where we have largest customer base. Okay, we can take you any industry vertical, any city. Just show your muscles, where you have a value proposition. Show us your homework. Why companies should buy from you? Why not from India, from any local company? So show your value proposition. We can be your team member. Work very closely, and all this offering is not for commercial, because B2B is very mature program. We already have, Azimis have 150+ partners all across the world. So fully support for Pasha members, any company or any Pakistani who like to do business in Middle East and Saudi. That's all from my side. I'd like to hear more question. Yeah. As we are Pakistani, don't like to talk in this English language, more talk in Urdu. So I'm Urdu, तो अपनी ज़बान में क्यों ना बात करें? Proud of Pakistan and proud of my language and the culture. Sorry for my dress, okay? But please, more than welcome. आप उर्दू में पूछिए कोई भी चीज़ है. It's not again one person. We have a full team in the area of BD. हमारे पास BD में team है, sales में है, technical delivery हमारा एक पाकिस्तान में भी, यहाँ पे भी है, और कीनिया और यूके में है. तो आपको जहां हमारा सपोर्ट चाहिए, that collaboration is not only limited to Saudi. जहां पर आप समझते हैं आपको हमारा हेल्प चाहिए, जो एरिया हमारा पोर्टफोलियो है, we will love to support Pakistan companies.
बहुत शुक्रिया अवैस साहब. आई थिंक हम लोगों को एक सेपरेट इंटरेक्टिव सेशन कर लेना चाहिए, और हम अपनी मेंबर कंपनीज जो कि इंटरेस्टेड हैं अफ्रीकन और सऊदी अरेबियन मार्केट को टैप करने के लिए, हम लोग एक एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट लेके उनको ऑन बोर्ड ले आएंगे. and we'll try to connect you with them. If they have any queries, they have specific questions, what are the dynamics, जो भी उनके सवालात हो सकते हैं. And maybe we can even connect you on offline over email as well, so that they can tap the markets and maybe even form joint ventures अगर वो कहीं पे भी जाके अपनी placement करना चाह रहे हैं.
The last point I want to say, one point, thank you for that. You can have offline and online, all that, okay? You can just, all of the respected member of Pasha, any company, just believe you have your own office, your own people. That's the leverage I want to give you. आपके अपने लोग हैं. Feel free to contact us. We'll be very happy because अपने काम के लिए काम कर ही रहे हैं. लेकिन ये कि आपके पास किसी किस्म का कोई आपको इंक्वायरी भी आता है, आप हमें बताइए. हमारे पास क्या more than 5,000 कंपनी का इनसाइट है हमारे पास. हर लेवल की रिलेशनशिप हमारे पास है. तो जो वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन हम आपको बताएंगे, feel free. Zuhaib Zia is heading the Middle East region. Zuhaib Zia, so he can provide all the details. So we are just like encyclopedia or Wikipedia, or you can say the LinkedIn of whole Saudi. आपको कोई चाहिए बताइए, हमारे पास इनसाइट है हमारे.
So तहा मैंने आपको चैट में अपना डिटेल सेंड कर दिया है, मोबाइल नंबर, ईमेल एड्रेस. So you can just add 00966 and you can dial the number. So anything regarding anything, you are most welcome. असल में मैंने अगर कुछ रीजन थे यहाँ पे जो ड्रॉबैक चल रहे हैं कि इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर में और HIS में, ट्रस्ट में यहाँ पे सऊदीया में सामा इज अ मॉनिटरिंग बॉडी, सऊदी अरेबियन मॉनिटरिंग अथॉरिटी. वो फ्रॉम 2 years they are forcing these FSI to invest more in IT. तो जब वो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो उसमें सॉरी टू से सारे के सारे हमारे नेबर हैं, हम लोग कहीं भी नजर नहीं आ रहे क्योंकि हमारा फोकस वो नहीं है. अब क्या इंश्योरेंस एप्लीकेशन बनाना कोई मुश्किल काम नहीं. पाकिस्तान में जैसे मैं HSE एग्जांपल दी है, शौकत खानम is having the best HIS, but I don't know why these people are not ready to expand in Middle East or other countries. Wallahi, we tried to connect with them for one of the opportunity in Egypt, and customer was begging us, we need you for best HIS. We know HIS Shaukat Khan is the best one, but again I don't know, maybe these people are not interested to sell anyone. तो ये जो lacking है, ये वाला part थोड़ा missing है, जो कि आपको if you are interested, you should invest more.
Sure. हम लोग को इस पे बिल्कुल होमवर्क कर लेने दें. Let us take our members on board and connect you with them. और मैंने आपकी डिटेल्स में अभी बस नोट डाउन कर लेता हूँ. I'll drop you a message on WhatsApp as well.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. It's an honor for us to hold it on this forum and be in touch. I'm hopefully the start of a great collaboration for Pakistani companies all across the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. I really appreciate your help. और ये पाशा और नॉन पाशा दोनों मेंबर्स के लिए है. It's not exclusively for the Pasha members. Open for all.
Sir, please ask them to become Pasha members.
Pakistan nation के लिए.
Please ask them to become Pasha members.
So now I would like to invite Mr. Suhaib Irfan, who is also working in Dubai. So let's take the perspective of Dubai. Is Suhaib Irfan with us?
जी.
Sir,
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Assalamu alaikum TDAP and everybody for inviting me over here. I can share few slides, but honestly I would like to talk more about the opportunities we have and what we are doing at the moment. And I'll briefly, can I share my screen as well?
Yes, you can, sir.
Okay.
You are a co-host.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible. Sir.
Okay. So interestingly, we are working I have been involved, I've been working in IT sector since last 17-18 years now in Pakistan and Middle East now, almost 8 years into Middle East. I started I used to work for IBM, then I moved as a country general manager for Lenovo for 5 years in Middle East, was heading South Africa, was heading the entire MENA region for Middle East, for Lenovo Data Center Group for good 4.5 years. Then I decided to step into a very different line, which was more closer to my heart and passion, and that was sports. So I think presumably we are the only company present in Pakistan and Middle East at the moment who is actually working to digitize sports in Pakistan and the market. When we talk about sports digitization, we are trying to involve some global companies from US and Australia who are the main sports market, and trying to bring them to Pakistan to invest into, not only invest in the country, but also to ensure that the sports tech gets the place in Pakistan as it is in the other part of the world. बहुत vast topic है sports. It's not like, honestly speaking, it's not about, it has got every flavor to it, from IT to the data analytics to your software, your real-time graphics, to many other things. So just giving you a very brief intro of what we are doing since last 4 years. We are, Alhamdulillah, 100% Pakistani organization. We started in 2017 with only two resources. Now we have grown ourselves to 14, 15 people in UAE, 35 in Pakistan, and few others in Europe as well. Uh, so what we are doing at the moment is we are actually working. Just give me 1 second. I don't know why it's not getting to the full screen mode. Yes, it is fine. Okay. So what we are doing at the moment is we are actually trying to engage audience and making sure that all the local sports events and the international sports events are actually being produced and tech ready inside Pakistan. So if you look at our journey, due to the various security concerns and everything, unfortunately, पाकिस्तान के अंदर 12-15 साल से इवेंट्स नहीं हुए, विच वाज अब लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ द लाइक टीम्स ट्रैवल नहीं करती थी, बहुत सारे इश्यूज थे, जिसकी वजह से हम इंडस्ट्री से क्या उस प्लेटफॉर्म इस इंडस्ट्री से बहुत ज़्यादा पीछे हो गए थे. सो द चैलेंज वाज टू फोल्ड. वन, देयर वाज नो इवेंट्स. सेकंड, देयर वाज नो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स. So we literally started with having people and interns from university and colleges, and I started training them with few of the professionals we had from Middle East, and we started making our in-house solutions. So Alhamdulillah, in last 3 years, what we are doing is there is hardly any company in Pakistan who is actually taking the human resource of Pakistan to abroad. I'll just give you one example. I don't know if many of the people are following it or not. The Emirates T20 is happening in UAE at the moment, and that is Alhamdulillah being done by us. So the entire Emirates Cricket Board digitization, and their from their scoring software um, uh, to their social media management to their mobile apps, everything is done in-house by us from Pakistan. Uh, this is what we do. We have local partnerships as well. We have the global partnerships. Almost we are the only Pakistani company who is actually partnered with almost every sports tech company who works for ICC. So this is a very different thing I'm saying is like, because normally hota hai कि like we don't, so we work in a very similar model as Oracle and IBM are trying to do their business in Pakistan. So instead of developing our products, we are doing that part, but what our main focus and objective is to bring those international sports bodies and international sports companies to Pakistan and invest in the country locally. So this is our main objective at the moment. So in order to do that, first 3-4 years we had to build ourselves to make sure that they understand that yes, we at as a sports fever, we understand this side of the world and as well, and we have the implementation and we have the capabilities. So पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड का जितना डिजिटल पिछले 3 साल में आपका स्ट्रीमिंग पे जितना कादम ट्रॉफी जितना जितने मैचेस, सो वी हैव प्रोड्यूस्ड in sports content in last 3 years more than 4,000 plus live watch hours. So our expertise is developing and creating the live graphics. We are the only company in Pakistan at the moment who have got their own live real-time graphics suite, which is actually working not only towards the real-time graphics delivery over the TV and digital space, but also we are moving it towards the AI side of the things, and we are getting it integrated with some of the international products in next 6 months as well. This is our main focus, and that's how we are working in. We are into broadcasting and production, so we are one of the top production house in Pakistan. We have almost stepped into, you name any sport in Pakistan. We have done live cricket broadcast production, even from a village outside Multan called Lodra, where there is hardly 4G connectivity. So we provide our clients, sports clients, an end-to-end solution where we make sure that be it any corner of Pakistan, if there is any sport event happening, so we are ready to broadcast it to anywhere in the world. So the broadcast I'm talking about at the moment in UAE is going live across 36 different digital OTT platforms across the globe. And I'm proud to say that we partnered with a company which is one of the leading sports company called ITW, and they are one of the biggest in the world in sports business. So now we have signed a JV partnership for Middle East and Africa with ITW as well. We are the in-house company with Trans Group. We raised around approximately $1 million this year in order to establish ourselves into the sports tech with a company called Trans Group. We so at the moment we are into sports research, sports development, tech development, and many other LOBs as well. These are all our in-house made products. They are Live 360 is our live broadcasting service. So it's a go-to-fly OTT platform if you want any event or even a virtual conference or any business meetups, your business social. So we have a suite available called Virtual 360, which is not only for sports, but for any other business domains as well. So we use Zoom services, we use Amazon Cloud services at a backend, and then can actually make your content or your organizational content as a kind of a private cloud for your live sessions and live streaming content. So we are coming up with our own shopping portal. There is one more OTT, there is one more product we are launching inshallah in 2021 out of Middle East. That is called Sports Eye. Sports Eye का soft launch हमने already कर दिया है. Sports Eye will be the one-stop solution for every sports enthusiast available in Pakistan and Middle East market to consume the live sports content, not only for cricket, but also for football, volleyball, rugby, and golf. So these are the 5 sports we'll be focusing on in the next 2021 and 22. And again, 70% of the production we run on the live in any TV, we do it our own self. And I'm very proud to say that all the resources, everything we have developed literally from scratch. There was no human resource available in Pakistan. We took the responsibility. We not only trained them, but now, and anybody who has joined us when we were a very young startup, they joined us around in like 2016. Alhamdulillah, I'm like again very proud in this thing that till today we have zero churn rate. Nobody has ever left us in last 4 years. So this is the kind of a culture, and it's a total different digital organization we are running. It's 100% work from home culture. We don't have office culture, and we are running work from home since 2017. The COVID has pushed many companies to start it today, and alhamdulillah, we have been doing it since 2017 to set up ourselves into the market. These are some of the shows which we have done for various TV channels, various digital shows. This is our own self-made scoring app which runs into the live graphics onto the TV. So we are the only one in the region at the moment who are running TV graphics over internet with zero latency and zero second delay. So as the ball is being bowled, the score gets updated on your TV screen. So this is done by over the internet. It's not on a local host or at a local level. So it's our own product. It's being developed with a company in US called Crick Clubs. So we are partnered with the Crick Club. So there are certain modules which are being done by Crick Clubs and certain modules which are being done by us at a local level. This is our own blog portal. It's get इसके integration काफी सारी international forums के साथ है. So we work for them. We not only write for ourselves. We like बहुत कम लिखते हैं हम अपने लिए, but we work for international houses, and we have got around 15-20 guys who are actually writing content for international publication houses out of Pakistan at the moment. This is our UAE company called Connectly Tech, Connectly Middle East. So we are operating out of Connectly Tech in Middle East with Trans Group and ITW, as I already said. We've got our office in Islamabad, Lahore, and Karachi. These are some of the clients which we have developed for our sports content as partner or as in the last almost 3 years journey, maybe. Yes, mainstream journey 3 साल की है. जिसमें 1 साल practically is being washed out by Corona. We hardly did 3 events in this year. So, but alhamdulillah, we have been able to worked with many leading brands. So PSL is one of our regular clients now. So इस साल का PSL का एक campaign हुआ था हमारे heroes, where we gave a tribute on digital to leading sports people in Pakistan. That was all done by us as well. These are our partner companies. Stats Perform is the world's biggest data repository for sports content in the world. We are the only company who represents them as a partner in the world. There is no partner model being available to anybody in the world for Stats Perform. They are the world's biggest one. Sportagius is a company based out of Australia. We write for them and we work with them. RTW is the biggest sports licensing company in the world. Ludimus is an AI platform. We have recently introduced them in Pakistan. And Cricket Clubs is our development partner for all the cricket applications we have been doing in the region. We have worked for every PSL franchise and have actually structured their digital campaign planning and execution. So these are some of the cities in Pakistan we have worked in last 3 years, and then of course remotely as well. And then UAE, we have done a lot of projects in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Sharjah, and all those places for any of the sports projects that are happening in the country. So these are the sports. I was just saying it's not only about cricket. We are focusing. We are pretty much working with squash. We are the ones who brought Kabaddi World Cup to Pakistan. We are the ones who won the rights for Kabaddi World Cup last year and hosted the Kabaddi World Cup in Pakistan. We started working with 10 ball. 10 pegging is a very domestic sports which we are digitizing at the moment. National Volleyball Championship last time, for the first time ever, a national level volleyball championship was broadcasted to 21 channels across the globe, and that was our project. So these are like, as I said, we have done around very easily 4,000 plus watch hours in the sports tech, and everything. When I say sports tech, everything inside the sports we manage is all in-house, from technology to the network to the integration to the TV channels to the satellite. Everything is in-house, alhamdulillah. So this is from my side. If anybody has any questions, just feel free to ask.
Thank you so much, sir. If anybody has any question, they can ask right now.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Ji Adeem Saab, I can hear you.
बहुत शुक्रिया Shoaib साहब for joining on such short notice. मेरे पास एक छोटा सा है for the viewers and participants in Pakistan. Can you highlight some sectors, areas where Pakistani IT firms can export IT?
So there is a huge market. I'm actually working on one area from last 3 months for an international client, and they actually are very interested in actually starting investing into e-gaming and the gaming industry in Pakistan. One, and then that's a one area which is approximately, as per the IDP and Gartner, it's going to be around easily $5 billion industry into 2021. And when I say the problem in Pakistan is, if जितनी भी presentations पहले हुई हैं, मैंने उसमें किसी भी presentation में export के अंदर कोई gaming या किसी भी towards anything which is connected to the gaming or movie development or content development, उस side पे मैंने कहीं पे भी नहीं देखा. So all the IT firm, whatever I am doing in sports is actually because of my IT background, right? I have identified a niche which is sports. So everything which I've been doing in my IBM days, Lenovo days, it's all same, but we are working on one segment. So any IT company who is like, for example, I'll say if anybody is working on big data at the moment, so we have got lots of raw data, streams available for the local cricket matches. So we can develop a good BI engine for any of the cricket that is being played at local level and help our youngsters to nourish and get the content out. That's what BCCI is doing it in India at the moment. Hockey is we recently signed an LOI for Pakistan Hockey Revival. So you'll start seeing a lots of digital campaigns coming of hockey for hockey in next 5 to 7 working days. And again, huge data repositories are available, huge content is available, but there is nobody to support them. Nobody is there to convert those raw data. These are your national assets. Like I'm literally working with squash as well. I'm working with football. I'm working with hockey. So let's talk about two sports. One is squash and one is hockey. Those are the ones who carried our flag to the international level before this IT and all those spaces took over. But unfortunately, there is nothing happening from any side for those guys. So even if we start, like, there are so many areas we can develop for them, like OTT platforms are there, their data digitization is there, their scoring engines are there, like, so you name anything, there is a need available in that sports area from the IT companies. So it's all about generating ideas and implementing them. So I had one thing in mind, that Pakistan lacks a lot in production and broadcast at the moment. So for example, if any of the PCB matches happening in Pakistan at the moment, so the entire crew comes in from India or from the other countries. We don't have the expertise available. That's where I started off. And that's where my first thing was, that we have to develop the local crew. So we started literally hiring people who were never into cricket, never into sports. So my guy, like, I'll give you one example. The guy who has developed my RTG engine for the real time sports, he used to work as a Adobe Photoshop editor in an agency called Sashi and Sashi. He never worked on sports before. So I brought him in from Sashi and started developing with him. So huge work can be done, especially towards the graphics and anything in e-gaming and mobile gaming. That is the area where a huge potential is available in Pakistan. People have uh, in universities, you will find many good talented individuals, but unfortunately IT companies में उसके ऊपर काम नहीं हो रहा, तो इसलिए उनको कोई डायरेक्शन नहीं मिलती. They do some games, they do some development, फिर उनको freelance market में काम नहीं मिलता, and they leave that side of it. That's why आज तक पाकिस्तान से कोई अच्छी गेम एक्सपोर्ट नहीं हुई है.
Okay, I think what I read recently after yesterday, there was still the GITEX is going on here in Dubai, and there were many MOUs and agreements signed between the UAE government and different IT companies on the blockchain technology. There's a lot of emphasis on that as well. I think Pakistani IT firms can also cash in there.
So AI is one domain. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. There's a company I'm working with from Pennsylvania, who is working on the bat and ball sensors, right? So we are trying to get them to Pakistan. We are in talks from last 6 months, and they have got a very ridiculous technology. What they have developed is a bat sensor, which actually determines your strength from your shoulder to your wrist, right? And everything, whatever any shot you play, any momentum you generate, any bat speed you generate, that will be a broadcast graphic that comes onto your TV display, that this six was hit with how much power, what flux level was there, how the muscle. So it's an insane thing that has those guys have developed. So there are so many areas, and then sports health is another area which globally a lot of work is being done on. Like, so health of any athlete is very important. दुनिया में बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट है स्पोर्ट्स इंश्योरेंस का, पाकिस्तान में कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है. कोई प्लेयर अपने करियर के 16वें साल में पहले 4 सालों में अगर इंजर्ड हो जाता है, so he leaves cricket because he doesn't have any of those facilities. So even the insurance companies are not working on it. So there are so many areas where, like, health in IT and sports, like हेल्थ के ऊपर बहुत काम हो सकता है. ब्लॉकचेन में आपने बोला, AI is something. Machine learning is I would say we are still in sports 10 years behind then at a global level. So it will take time to reach to that level. But AI is something which is there, and adoption भी आपको मिलेगी, clientele भी मिलेगी, और sponsors और brands की तरफ से उस area में investment भी मिलेगी अगर कोई अच्छा product है. जिस चीज की नीड है, जिसमें हम ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे हैं, वी आर लॉन्चिंग इट इन द नेक्स्ट मंथ. दैट इज एन OTT प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर स्पोर्ट्स. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह वी आर ऑलमोस्ट देयर, एंड आई थिंक बाय Feb 2022, बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ द PSL, Pakistan will have their own OTT sports platform available.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable contribution. और अब सेशन के लास्ट में मैं सिर्फ 2 insights शेयर करना चाह रहा हूँ from TDAP. Number 1, the principal idea behind organizing this webinar is to arrange a B2B meeting. लेकिन हमें अगर पीसेट पाशा और पर्टिकुलरली पाकिस्तानी आईटी इंडस्ट्री अगर इंडिकेट करे कि किन कंपनीज के साथ ये B2B मीटिंग्स करना चाह रहे हैं, ऑनलाइन B2B मीटिंग इन एनी रीजन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, जैसे हमारे 48 स्टेशंस पे ट्रेड एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट काउंसलर्स एंड ट्रेड मिनिस्टर्स हैं, हम उनके कॉर्पोरेशन से ऑनलाइन B2B मीटिंग्स विद दोज कंपनीज व्हिच आर इंडिकेटेड हाईलाइटेड बाय पाकिस्तानी इंडस्ट्री वो भी अरेंज करवा सकते हैं, और ये क्वांटिफाइबल टास्क होगा। और अभी भी मोर देन 26 कंपनीज फ्रॉम सऊदी अरेबिया एंड UAE, the owners of which hail from Pakistan, have been invited by our respected trade minister in Riyadh and trade and investment counselor Dubai. So we are very thankful to both of you, sir. Now at the last, I would like to request Mr. Azhar Ali Dahar, Minister Trade and Investment, Riyadh. Sir, kindly conclude करते हैं इस सेशन को।
3 o'clock. हेलो
हेलो सर
आवाज आ रही है?
सर बिल्कुल सर।
रोहेल, हाउ द सेशन वाज गोइंग?
सर इट वाज एक्सीलेंट। ये काफी अच्छा इंटरेक्टिव सेशन रहा मेरे ख्याल से तो।
चलो, glad, I'm very glad because you were very much concerned, but I was hopeful because the good companies are with me and the potential is very much there. In order to conclude this, I may request you कि such kind of the sessions should be planned very soon, right? और हम ये चाहेंगे कि इसके बाद जैसे ही फ्लाइट्स रिज्यूम होती हैं, आई एम प्लानिंग टू ऑर्गेनाइज IT exhibition in Riyadh as well as in Jeddah. आवाज आ रही है दोस्तों को?
Yes sir, we can.
Okay, so ये please pass on my contact numbers to all the participants if they want to come over here. हमारे पास माशाल्लाह गजाली साहब, अजीमी टेक्नोलॉजीज, डॉक्टर इमरान, all these जो हमारे ये हैं बड़े बड़े, they can facilitate each and everyone. जैसे कहते हैं ना hand holding, they can handhold the incoming company from Pakistan to come over here to establish things over here, or they can expand their business. If they do not want to come over here, तो वो अपने profiles हमारे साथ share करें, अपनी जो इसकी skill set है, ताकि whenever they need any kind of the subletting kind of the project, तो हम उनको share उनके साथ मिलाते जाएं। और इंशाल्लाह अजीज अभी हमारा जो पाक गेटवे के नाम से जो वेब सर्विस है वो शुरू होने वाली है, तो वहां से भी हम इनको सर्विसेज दे सकते हैं। तो इनको कहें कि जी हम इनके लिए यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं इन द सऊदी अरब मार्केट, और वी आर हियर टू फैसिलिटेट ईच ऑफ देम। बस ओपनली हमारे साथ चीजें शेयर करें, डिस्कस करें, और हमारी तरफ से पूरा तावन इनके लिए हाजिर है।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। सर एक कंपनी
I can add one thing from PSEB side.
Sure sir.
Sir, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. हम इस वक्त जो राहिल ने भी बात की, तो we are working with around 25-28 of commercial presences of Pakistan abroad. कुछ के साथ हमारे वेबिनार्स हो गए हैं और B2B मीटिंग्स में हम जा रहे हैं। सर उसमें हमने एक एक्टिविटी जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में की एंड विच इज़ वेरी सक्सेसफुल, हम एक न्यूज़लेटर अब इंडस्ट्री को सऊदीया मार्केट और इसके लिए UAE के लिए भेज देंगे। जो कंपनियां हमें इंटरेस्ट शो करेंगी उनके प्रोफाइल हम आपसे शेयर कर लेंगे,
जबरदस्त,
और वो फिर आप आगे अपनी कंपनीज के साथ जो वहाँ पे लोग एक्सपेट्रिएट्स बैठे हैं उनके साथ शेयर कर लें। सॉरी आई हैड टू मिस आउट सम ऑफ द सेशन बिकॉज हमारी एक तो मीटिंग।
नो वरीज, मैं इंशाल्लाह आपके साथ कर रहा हूँ। मुझे आपसे ये ताउन चाहिए होगा PSEB से कि आप काइंडली डेटाबेस मुरतब करें जो कि हमारे पास अच्छे वेंडर्स हैं ना उनका, क्योंकि पाशा के पास तो ऐसे बहुत सारे मेंबर्स हैं, लेकिन थोड़ी सी मेरी हेल्प आउट करें कि हमें कोई अराउंड 20 to 30 एस्टेब्लिश्ड वेंडर्स लाएं, क्योंकि यहाँ से सऊदी कुछ कंपनियां आना चाह रही हैं, ताकि उनको जब हम वहां पर लाएं PC बुर्बन में, तो उनके साथ हम प्लान करें कि मिलने मिलाने वाली बात, ठीक है ना?
ये मैं न्यूज़लेटर अभी भेज दूंगा इंशाल्लाह इस वीक या कमिंग वीक में। So within 15 days we'll get response from those companies who are already having customers in Saudi market.
Yes.
तो हम उनको कहेंगे कि जिनके पास ऑलरेडी कस्टमर हैं, जिनके एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, वो अपने प्रोफाइल शेयर करें। सो विल डू दैट। हमने दरमियान में कुछ अर्सा पहले एक एक्सरसाइज की थी, NTG ग्रुप है एक सऊदीया का,
जी
STC एंड NTG, दे केम ओवर, उन्होंने अपना कंपनी भी पाकिस्तान में बनाई है।
ओके,
टेक कंपनी को उन्होंने एक्वायर किया था, उनके भी हमने मीटअप्स कराए थे कंपनियों के साथ।
जबरदस्त।
At that time they were looking कि वो अपनी कोई होल्डिंग कंपनी
माशाल्लाह STC माना यहाँ की यूफोन है जैसे पाकिस्तान की है, तो इसलिए उसको ज्यादा टारगेट करें। NESMA is also taking interest to develop their resource center in Pakistan. और अभी ये मैं जो हमारे जियांट्स यहाँ पर बैठे हैं, हमें इनको साथ लेकर एक मीटिंग और करेंगे CEO के साथ। होपफुली हमने टैप करना है हर एवेन्यू, हर चीज। कट शॉर्ट स्टोरी ये है कि $36 बिलियन लग चुके हैं, अब इनको रन करने के लिए लोग चाहिए।
So we are available and I'll do that. मेरे ख्याल मेरा कांटेक्ट तो आपके पास होगा ही, and we'll continue with that offline also.
Inshallah.
So thank you very much for the opportunity for us.
Thank you for all participants. Rohel, hats off to you. और inshallah we look forward.
Thank you sir, thank you so much sir.
God bless.
एक कंपनी है सऊदी अरेबिया से, शायद वो कुछ ऐड करना चाह रही है।
हाँ प्लीज।
Yes.
जी sir, please.
Hafiz.
Yeah, my name is Haid Qureshi. I belong to a company called Security Arabia. We provide services and solutions regarding IT system services, IT systems security services, as well as physical security services. Just before I proceed, I would like to just give an overview of what has just happened in past 1 month in Saudi Arabia. Just last November, Saudi Arabia, along with the 4 major countries in the region, Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, and Pakistan, has launched a new organization called Digital Cooperation Organization.
Yes.
So this organization is aimed at strengthening cooperation across all innovation-driven areas and accelerating the growth of the digital economy. And Pakistan is privileged to be a founding member of this organization. And since I belong to marketing and I have a very hands-on experience of what has been happening and what has been going on in terms of this technology-driven state, Saudi Arabia, in the past 5 years, for example, and the numbers are getting very high in terms of opportunities, for example. What I see is that the opportunities are getting double almost every year. I'm thankful for all the participants, the presenters before, Talha, Suhaib, and everyone, and I'm so much thankful to all of you for bringing up this level of opportunities for all of us. So I just would like to go give a glimpse of my offerings, in fact, if I may. So can I just share some screen right now? If I'm allowed to share screen?
1 minute, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you are now co-host.
All right, sir. Right. I'm just about to.
Yes, Qureshi साहब बताएं.
Yeah. Okay. Share sound, share. Okay. I believe my screen is not being shared right now. It's going to do.
No worries. Qureshi साहब ये बताएं, you are based in Riyadh?
We are based in Jeddah as our head office is in Jeddah, but we have an office in Riyadh. We have an office in Dammam as well. Okay. So we are.
So kindly, can you send your person to meet with me in Riyadh embassy?
Sure. Basically, I'm traveling to Riyadh in a week time. So it will be an honor.
Inshallah, we look forward to see you, and yes. I will be very happy to connect to you. और मैं ये DCO जो है ना, मैं थोड़ा बता दूं, it is in the inception phase. Even जो मोफा को 10 days के short notice पर उसका member बना गया, even उसके contours या जो TOR से that is not ready. जुनैद साहब is in contact with me, जो कि member IT हैं, Ministry of IT and Technology पाकिस्तान में. तो ये मेरे ख्याल है कि दिस इज प्रीमेच्योर टू हम डिस्कस अबाउट डीसीओ के बारे में हम लेटर ऑन इसको करेंगे, क्योंकि अभी तक उसकी कोई चीज वजाहत के साथ नहीं है, बट यू हेल्प मी आउट कि हम इसमें क्या चीज ऐड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? और इंशाल्लाह आई विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू बी कनेक्टेड विद यू। रोहेल, क्योंकि पार्टिसिपेंट्स को कुछ दूसरी कमिटमेंट्स भी हैं, तो शुड वी कंक्लूड दिस?
श्योर सर, श्योर सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच
सर।
Thank you, sir.